Sometimes I just shake my head. So okay, a lot of times I just shake my head. It is what it is. Okay, so it is a, I don't see him right now. I put him somewhere over there. I don't know where I put him. This was in the layout for many, many years. Not the current layout, but the old layouts where Jeff and I did ad hoc presentations of a classic space layout. And this is the ship that was under repair. So it had the gantry, which is right here, actually. Here's the gantry. Pull this out without breaking anything. And the gantry, let's see if I tilt this down a little bit so you can see. So there's that. And the gantry here, it had a, actually it was facing this way. It had a piece on here. I think it was this piece. Hold it onto that, like that, right? And then on the back, I think I had this like that. And this was, the Galaxy Explorer was missing pieces, and this thing would be going back and forth like it's repairing it. It worked. It was a nice little robot. It was, you can actually see how dusty this thing is. I never noticed that before. It's pretty dusty because it was in a lot of layouts back in the day. So it's pretty dusty, and the door would be open like that. Now, this is also one of the ones that it still lights up. It still lights up. Look at that. It all the in the interior is all lit up. Let's see if I can do that really quick. Turn off. Thank you. And I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna turn off this light and turn off this light. If I can turn off this quick. Oh, let me get the other light. Hold on. Hold that thought. So this is what I wanted to do for a very, very long time, is have Galaxy Explorers and all the other ships lit up on the layout. So the running lights are on, and of course the cockpit's lit up, but of course you can't see the rest of the ship nicely. But in the layout, where it's kind of bright, you would see that. But anyway, that was a thought at one point. It's still a thought now to, I don't know how long the battery's been there, but it's been a long time. So that's a life lights kit, by the way. It's the advanced life lights kit, if you're asking what that is. And I can show it to you because it's right inside. So it's right inside there with the batteries. One advanced, it comes with 8 ports on it for 8 lights. And it has 25, I think, at least 25 built-in lighting presets. From marquee, or, you know, fading in and out, or the kit back and forth, welding, gunfire, whatever else. I chose this one is the for the lights actually flash. So the ones on the outer edge, I put them on the outer edge, that one flashes, and the 2 up here on the thrusters flash like an airplane running lights. And then 4 lights are on consistently. So these 2 I put on there, and then 2 inside. Now, as you know, I do not have a problem with this, although some people do. I drill holes, and let me see if I can get this out and see the little lights coming through the stud. I get the Dremel out. I've got a million videos about that. My YouTube channel, modifying Lego bricks, DKP, I don't know. I could try to find them, but I have like 1,100 videos to go through now, so it's not my idea of a good time to go through all of them all, try to find the ones I want to talk about. But I have done videos before about running wires for, I just love that thing lit up. Wires running for the Galaxy Explorers and other sets. So, but what I wanted to do tonight, and actually we're already 4 minutes into this and I haven't gotten to what I want to do tonight, is I wanted to do some, put that there, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 more I did not bring my ones that are in the layout in here. I was going to do some recon. Oh, here's, yay. This one's got so many things I can't even speak properly. And I do apologize for that right now. So I have an idea in mind, and people have already seen the beginnings of that because I posted a picture on my Facebook, on my own personal Facebook, and on one of the classic space groups I belong to. But I'm going to continue with that idea. And one of the things I thought, to get that where I want to go, not to keep a secret, I'm going to do a really quick rebuild of 918s that I kept in storage all this time. Actually, I was surprised about, I shouldn't have been, but I was surprised about how little number of 918s I had. And again, see, this is what I talked about when I store sets. Like this piece is still on here, but I take all the pieces that could break off as much as possible, and that seemed to help a lot. And so you do have to put them back together. And again, when I'm doing this guy, this is an easy one because it's the 918. There's not a lot of pieces to it. This is my first classic space set right here. I always build it wrong because I misread the directions when I first built this thing back in 1978. Is that I put the landing pad on the inside of the 2x3, not on the outside of 2x3. I think it looks better this way. I just never noticed that until I rebuilt it like 10, 15 years ago and going, hey, I've been building it wrong all these years. Because there's one set of instructions I have memorized. I have a few memorized, but this was my first set, so I definitely have that one memorized. So I keep on thinking about a quote from Les Nessman from DKP. When he says, "This is my Buckeye Newshawk Award. These are 4 more of my Buckeye Newshawk Awards." Oh, Les. Oh, I love DKP. It is still, to this day, I keep on finding clips on the internet, on the intertubes, as they say, and I watch, and no matter what clip it is, I just love it, and I watch it, and I'm happy to see it. I also, on this specific note on these ships, I started doing the left and right with green on one side and red on the other side, and I want to see port and starboard. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I always get that mixed up, but on both, green lights are on one side and red lights on the other side. So I started doing that on some of them, but obviously not all of them. So it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about that too much, but this is me reconstituting out of my baggies. And again, this is why I like the baggies. Did I remember? Oh, forgot that piece right in the middle. Oh, did this one? This one? Yeah, okay. You know, the older I get, the more I forget. So that's also is what it is, and I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. So this is red and red, so it's gonna be green and green. Perfect. There's 2 greens on top. And then 1x2 with old-timey handles, because these original 918, 924, 928s only came with, as far as I know, type 1x2 handles, which are slightly longer than everything that came out after 1980, and slightly thicker, because it'll warp a hand, like, you know, put it in the hand. So just one more little piece of trivia for you trivia buffs up there when it comes to Lego pieces. The 1x2 with handle changed molds probably a few times, but the biggest change is I went from a it is slightly, okay, so I'll show you. It is slightly longer than 2x2 studs. So this is right against the edge here, and you can see this poking out over the edge, and that's the type 1 handle. The Type 2 handle fits perfectly inside the 2 stud zone. And also the diameter of the actual pew-pews are a little thicker on the Type 1, the old ones. I can't believe I forgot that. No axle hole, just in case you were wondering. Sometimes that amazes me. So also, just to keep on talking about this so far, this storage, because I have what we call bulk storage now of classic space sets, because I don't want to take them all apart and have individual pieces because I'm rebuilding the entire set. But I take it apart so it's like this, nothing on it that's, you know, gonna, and I try not to pack too many things into the tote. So if I get another one, let me get back here. So yeah, so I try not to pack too many baggies, Ziplocs of spaceships into a tote. So there shouldn't be a lot of compression on the bags at the bottom of the totes. So I'm hoping, long run, that all my space sets will be fine in storage in totes. I am falling asleep. It's probably because I'm talking to you guys. I'm sleeping at the wheel here. That's not right. Duh. Let me fix that. You guys probably saw that, didn't you? There we go. The other thing, one more thing in the history of one more things. The original 1x1 trans green and trans red tiles, they break, plates, they break a lot. This one's actually half cracked. It's got a little bow to it. The other thing, one more thing, well, I've got them all out here, is I believe one of these 918s is missing. Oh, doesn't seem to be. I thought one of them was missing this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got one right here. Maybe it's set number 7. And we always get, and I mentioned this the other day, somebody was asking about the 928s, and when I posted my little thing on the Facebooks about the 928s, and look how yellow this one is. This one I restored from a lot. I remember this now. And I didn't bother substituting pieces from my collection. So the yellowedness is from the actual collection that I got. And again, I don't mind in the end. And that felt like a 1x, no, it's 1x1. I mean, 1x2 Type 1 handle. On some sets, I try to refurbish so they're mint. In some sets, I refurbish keeping the set pieces that came in the lot. Depends on whether or not I'm in a particularly jaunty mood. Now, this is what I was actually thinking about, because you'll see on this side, there's a 918. No 918. I got this in a used lot this year, but I didn't hardly have any other pieces. So I'm going to take this thing apart, and I'm going to pop that off. I'm going to pop, actually I didn't have to do that, did I? Oh, wow. This is me. Professional to the core. Anyway, so now I got the 918 on there. Now, oh, I didn't just notice this too. There's a broken wing plate right there. This is also one I restored relatively recently. It's got a broken wing plate. I could change that, but this was also very much yellowed. And I'm not going to. It adds to it, as they say. So now I have 4 924s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that I saw before? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, maybe I had 6. That's 4 and I had 7. I got 6 here, 7 here, and 3 in the garage. So that's 10 altogether. Now comes even funner. Let me get this thing out here. I have to reorg my room again because I'm having a tough time finding spots for everything. Put this over here. 924. Sometimes I amaze myself. Also type 1 handles. Excellent. Good to see. Good to see. This is going to be a little longer because I am not as quote-unquote familiar with these ones, although again they're not that badly taken apart. So that's what I want. It's missing this side, which is this guy right here. I meant to make a bricklink order today because I grabbed my doors out, and of course they're all left-handed doors, and there's 20 of them in here, and I have no more right-handed doors. I think that's the way it works. I have to look at bricklink. All these are left-handed doors, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 15 left-handed doors. So if somebody out there has 7 right-handed doors, I'll send you 7 left-handed doors. Or you have 15 right-handed doors and 0 left-handed doors, we'll swap. But I'm gonna make a bricklink order. And order is 15. So, because there's actually a Galaxy Explorer in here right now that is missing, and let me see if I can see it really, really quickly. Missing. There, right there. It's missing the door at the back. And I didn't realize that, so because I ran out of those doors, and it's gonna happen. So again, not that my collection let me down, because this collection doesn't let me down. I love everybody's collection of Lego. I love mine the best. Shh, don't tell anybody. Because I do. We all have our loves and our appreciations. And for me, the sets and pieces in my collection that I worked on acquiring all these years makes me happy. It really does. So I cannot complain about that at all. And that's all done, right? I mentioned during my review that this thing is slightly disappointing and that it doesn't look spacey enough. But again, those... Did I put the... that's what I forgot. Dun, dun, dun. Cross axles. Uh-oh. Whatever. Shh. Don't tell anybody. The 918s get the full treatment of the original, the 924s. And my only reason for the for 924s, it's actually the last one I built. Of course, I got the 918, as I keep on repeatedly saying my entire life, the first classic space that I ever got as a kid. And the 928s I acquired in used lots. And I probably acquired the 924s in used lots too, but I just didn't care. I honestly did not care. And so I did not build any until we were doing classic space layouts, Jeff and me. I did not build a 924 at all until we were doing those layouts. And then of course I built as many as I could. And I like it. I mean, it's a great little set. Is it my favorite? No. But again, it's not a bad set. I think that goes there. And that's it. Okay. And what's that? Well, that's for that thing, yeah. It's not a bad set. There's no such thing as a bad classic space set. Besides the 1620, whatever it is. 1698, I don't know. There's no such thing as a bad Lego set, especially in the classic space theme. And so after I built it the first time, I'm going, oh, yeah, I can see why people appreciated this thing. And for me, and again, it's just like the Robot Command Center. I delayed it too long, and by the time I got around to appreciating it, you know, life went on. Okay, there's that too. 2 more. Now the 924s I have the least of. So I have 4 here. This one I had more, but let's see, I think I still have the spreadsheet down here. I gotta have to figure out how to use Google Docs like everybody else does, because right now I'm still doing it old school, which is like a save an Excel document on my laptop. But then I want to edit it at work, and then I have to go find it, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas if it was in Google Docs. But I'm still too old school to say, I don't like my data being outside my control. Then that's just me. It goes there. That's cute. So, anyway, we'll go into Excel. Did I do it in here? I think I did it in here. Let me see. Uno momento, por favor. Documents. Quick access. Let's go to that first. You think I'd learn how to use Windows by now? So, Windows is saying I have, maximize that, change the font size because I am so not reading that. View, normal, thank you. 88926, no, 924, 4. Well, yeah, 4 here, and I got all 4 out. I got 4 here and 3 in the garage. I think I might actually have 4 in the garage because I know that I have 3 in my fun level, but I also have I think 1 in the repair bay, the one that's under constant repair. So I think I have 8 of these. Now the other thing I was slightly shocked with it when I started, and I don't remember doing it. At my peak, I had 12 Galaxy Explorers, and then I donated 4 a year to BrickFet, so their auction, their charity auction. And then I think I donated a couple more to other shows. Don't quote me on that, but I was down quite not substantial, but I was down a little bit. And what happened was last year, or the year before, and I mentioned this, I think I got 2 or 3 lots in a row that had a Galaxy Explorer in it. So I replenished the supply, as they say. And so I thought I almost got back up to 12 again, but I only have 9. Again, not to brag about that, but most of them are there. But it was impacting because, again, I have a plan that I want to do with all these things. And I didn't have the ones I thought I had, which was, you know, it is what it is. So there's that one. Now this one, you'll see that it has a white tail on it. It's because I ran out of gray ones. So not only am I going to be ordering 15 doors, whichever side it is, I'm also going to be ordering, and this one's all 4 of them, so I need at least 5. I remember reconstituting these and just, oh, that's me. That's me at 14. Yes, that's soot. that's ladyfinger soot. This piece, guaranteed this piece, Jake and Pete, guaranteed this piece was in the Dark Doomobile. Yeah, maybe it doesn't taste anything. Like, if you're a stupid kid like me back in the day when ladyfingers were on, you would blow things up. You would have that taste of gunpowder on your hands after touching things that got blown up. And I will say, back then, I was not. My brother always got mad at me for this because, and like, we used to get into some things about this. I am missing a landing letters. I wasn't as nice to my toys as I should have been. And I think it's second child syndrome or whatever it is, or I don't know, is my cavalier attitude or whatever you want to say. But I did not have an appreciation when I was younger. Like, I'm talking my single digits in the early, like not preteen, but into my teens. I didn't have an appreciation of taking care of my stuff as much as I should have. And what happened is that things would break, obviously, but also things would get purposely broken. And as soon as I found out that the variety store down the street sold ladyfingers in packs of 50 for like $1, whatever it was, the ladyfingers started blowing up stuff. Now, overall, the Lego was spared except for the movie. I don't recall too many times I took the Lego sets outside and put them on the back porch and put a ladyfinger and blew it up. But what did get blown up really, really good is all my models of the Colonial Viper from Battlestar Galactica that I got for my birthday, like when I was 10 or 11 when it came out. The Cylon Raider got blown up really good. Anything I made out of popsicle sticks glued together, those blew up pretty good. There was even a time that it wasn't a nice looking boat, but I built a boat out of popsicle sticks, and I had a hull and a hold. And what happened was we would always go down to lake. I mentioned my dad would take us down to lake, and so we would go down to the lake. And one time I went down to the lake, and this is the stupidity of kids, and they're 12 or 13 years old. Those who do remember film canisters, the little black film canisters, the 35mm film canisters with the black with the gray lid on it. We had tons of them because my dad took a billion pictures when we were growing up, and slides. And so we would use those for everything, storing soap for when we go camping and blah, blah, blah. But I also would pour gasoline into them. Pour a little bit of gasoline into those things, put the lid on, and then I would put those into the boat. And I would put the boat in the lake with a couple lady fingers. And I would light it on fire. Yes, I would. And, this is after 3 months of building it off and on. And just let it out in the waves. And then and it would blow up. And of course, I didn't think about the environment when you're 12 years old in 1979. I didn't think about anything else besides, this thing's really cool, blowing up. And of course, the expectation is like a movie blow up. And the reality is absolutely nothing. Because again, it's in water. And again, I also didn't pour a ton of gas because I'm not that stupid. But, and I put 3 or 4 ladyfingers in there, and I put like a long delay burn before it got to ladyfingers in the vials of gasoline. But, the thing's just out there rocking in the waves, and sometimes the wave would go over top of the deck. And so the thing was pretty sopping wet by the time the thing got to the point where the ladyfingers would go off, and all of a sudden, poof, and the one of the part deck would blow up and whatever. But there was no huge explosion, like the boat at the beginning of the Simon and Simon credits, like when you see the boat go, and there's nothing left besides a pile of, popsicle sticks. I tried to blow up a boat of popsicle sticks, and it just didn't do anything, which is lesson learned. And then I think that's when my pyromaniac ideas just faded, but I learned stuff, and then we did the movie, and we did some pretty good special effects for us, but I was never I have to blow this stuff up, I have to be a pyro. I never had that feeling, but I tried a few things, and they just said this isn't that interesting to me. But anyway, all these are restored. Oh, this is still on. Let me turn that off before I waste the batteries on it. I was going to refurbish this guy back into the original, taking the gray parts off of it, and putting the blue back on. I'm not going to do that right now. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2 and 4. Okay, so I am almost ready to do what I need to do after restoring all these things, and I might get around to doing it. Not necessarily tonight, but I'm sure I will videotape it for the masses out there to say, yeah, there goes Dave again. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope everybody's taking care of themselves. Know that this is a safe space, because I'm just going to go on about blah. And that's it. That's all. You guys all take care, and I will talk to you soon.